If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, how did you overcome shyness? Answer by Jonathan Lawrence. Shyness is social anxiety. I didn't exactly find a way to be unshy, but I did find ways to stop undermining myself. I've always been a stress head. Many years ago, I observed that the most popular people were those who appeared calm, and furthermore that nervousness is catching. I didn't want to be a geek spectator of life anymore. So, over the years, I learned to let go of anxiety. This is absolutely not the same as feeling anxious then suppressing it, it is deciding not to focus on it anymore. One parable and one equation illustrate how this works. There's a Native American story that we have two wolves fighting inside our minds. One fights for peace and happiness, one fights for anger and anxiety. Which one will win? The one you feed the most. The Buddhist equation goes like this: suffering equals pain resistance. Resistance may be either trying to suppress the pain or resenting it. So, just like the bad wolf, stop feeding it with attention. That's what letting go means in this context. You could also tell yourself, this, too, will pass if you find yourself caught up in emotional or physical pain. One standard way to avoid being overwhelmed by social anxiety is to listen as hard as you can. Pay close attention to the person talking to you. What color are their eyes? And do not spend that time formulating your answer. Listen. Then ask a question. The other way to stop undermining ourselves is even more important. It's self-compassion. We usually treat ourselves worse than people we don't like. Treat yourself as kindly as you treat your best friend. Stop being so hard on yourself. You are not required to be perfect. By all means learn from your mistakes, but forgive yourself for making them. Forgiveness does not mean approval. Once again, it involves letting go of pain. I once sat on a jury in a compensation case. The magistrate instructed us that, under Australian common law, we are not required to be perfect, just reasonable. That's a great lesson for life in general. Answer by Raj Sridhanotia. Take your first steps in getting past shyness with these 13 techniques to help you become a more confident you. 1. Don't tell. There's no need to advertise your shyness. Those who are close to you already know, and others may never even have an opportunity to notice. It's not as visible as you probably think. 2. Keep it light. If others bring up your shyness, keep your tone casual. If it becomes part of a discussion, speak of it lightheartedly. 3. Change your tone. If you blush when you're uncomfortable, don't equate it with shyness. Let it stand on its own. I've always been quick to blush. 4. Avoid the label. Don't label yourself as shy or as anything. Let yourself be defined as a unique individual, not a single trait. 5. Stop self-sabotaging. Sometimes we really are our own worst enemy. Don't allow your inner critic to put you down. Instead, analyze the power of that voice so you can diffuse it. 6. Know your strengths. Make a list of all your positive qualities and list a friend or family member to help if you need to, and read or recite it when you're feeling insecure. Let it remind you how much you have to offer. 7. Choose relationships carefully. Shy people tend to have fewer but deeper friendships, which means your choice of friend or partner is even more important. Give your time to the people in your life who are responsive, warm, and encouraging. 8. Avoid bullies and teases. There are always a few people who are willing to be cruel or sarcastic if it makes for a good punchline, some who just have no sense of what's appropriate, and some who don't care whom they hurt. Keep a healthy distance from these people. 9. Watch carefully. Most of us are hardest on ourselves, so make a habit of observing others, without making a big deal out of it. You may find that other people are suffering from their own symptoms of insecurity and that you are not alone. 10. Remember that one bad moment doesn't mean a bad day. Especially when you spend a lot of time inside your own head, as shy people tend to do, it's easy to distort experiences, to think that your shyness ruined an entire event when chances are it wasn't a big deal to anyone but you. 11. Shut down your imagination. Shy people sometimes feel disapproval or rejection even when it isn't there. People probably like you much more than you give yourself credit for. 12. Stare it down. Sometimes when you're scared, the best thing to do is to face it head on. If you're frightened, just stare it down and lean into it. 13. Name it. Make a list of all your jitters and worries. Name them, plan how you're going to eliminate them, and move forward. Suffering from shyness shouldn't keep you from the success you are seeking, so try these simple tools and make them work for you. In fact, They're good techniques to try whether you're shy or not. Source: https://www.incorporated.com/lollyduskull. Keep reading. Answer by Daniel Karen. There is only one answer to overcoming shyness: developing social skills. All social anxiety, unless it's neurological, is just a lack of social skills. You don't know what to do in XYZ situation. If you knew with absolute conviction, you wouldn't feel shy. Read a body language book. Amazon Jonah, borrow what everybody is saying. Go to improv classes. This will teach you to stop being selfish. Look, your question is extremely selfish. Shyness is all about you and no one else. If you don't want to be shy, focus on others and it will instantly disappear. Improv helps with this. To put yourself in uncomfortable situations. The more you do this, the stronger you become. Study and constantly people watch. You will pick up on themes in the social world, thus adding to your confidence.